So, people, Arsenal 2, Brentford 1. Have you recovered from one of the games of the season? Nearly for the wrong reasons, because we nearly kind of took ourselves out of the title race. 2-1 victory. I have moved to the side slightly because I'm giving Havertz his due. I want you to be able to see him on the green screen. Big Verts, as we're calling him now after that. But what a game. He rescued Arsenal from an embarrassing draw at home. Lots of things happened throughout that game. Before the game, a lot of people were in the comments saying 4-0, 5-0, Brentford out of form, three of their back four injured. There's no way they're going to be able to live with us. I think the whole dynamics of Arsenal's attack changed. And I always say sometimes your stock rises the most when you're not in the team. I think you saw today that Arsenal's attack is not the same without Martinelli. Martinelli is, in my opinion, the fastest player in the Arsenal team. He's the player that, when he has the ball at his feet, can outpace people. Trossard went in on the left-hand side. I thought he was lackluster today. He moved narrow a lot of the time, so we didn't have that ball out wide on the left. So we were kind of lopsided on that side. And the front three in general, Havertz we're going to get to an obviously huge moment, but I didn't think the front three played particularly well today. I thought Saka was underwhelming. He got past his fullback a few times. The end product wasn't great. Havertz misses a great chance in the first half, one-on-one with the keeper. Chips it wide when he should just put it in the middle of the net. I don't think it needs to go into the corner, so maybe being a little bit too precise. It wasn't the free-flowing football and attacking that we've been doing in the last few weeks, but this is the Premier League. You're not going to beat every team 5-0. If anybody owes Kai Havertz a drink, it's Aaron Ramsdale. Today, I think we saw the best and the worst of Aaron Ramsdale, and the mistake that he made in the first half of the goal, it's unacceptable. You can't do that at the top level of the Premier League. He's got a pass to Saliba, or he can kick the ball upfield quicker. He takes too long. He takes like 3 quick steps before he kicks the ball. Wissa blocks it. It goes in the back of the net. It's horrendous. And I think that is probably Ramsdale's farewell appearance, because I think Rayo will play the rest of the Premier League games and the rest of the Champions League games. So that might be the last time Ramsdale plays for Arsenal, which is a shame. But I do want to give him a little bit of credit because I've been in situations where, you make a big mistake in the first half. For me as a striker, it would have been missing a big chance. I said at half time, we need him for 45 more minutes, no matter what we think. People were saying, take him off, bring Hein on. The manager was never going to do that. And I think in the second half, we saw the quality of Aaron Ramsdale. It will be dampened down by the mistake, and I understand that. He makes an outstanding save, the header, point-blank range. Ivan Toney nearly lobs him from 40 yards out, left-foot volley, unbelievable technique. People were saying, what's Ramsdale doing so far off his line? Goalkeepers are encouraged to do that now. If the ball's in the other side of the pitch, you're at least on the edge of the penalty area, or maybe even further. So he makes a great save. It was a shame. The mistake will make the headlines. And listen, he's been a good servant. But again, it made David Raya probably look even better with the performance and the mistake of Ramsdale. So it was a shame he made that performance or made that mistake. But in the end, I thought second half, he did the best that he could to rectify the mistake. So listen, all the best to him. If he moves on. Let's go through the back four. Somebody I want to give flowers to today, somebody who I don't talk about that often, is Ben White, a.k.a. Benny Blanco, a.k.a. I watch football when I want. The guy said he don't watch football at home. We don't mind if you play like that. I mean, he's defending again like he was last season, which is, properly, and concentrating and winning his headers, winning his tackles. But 2 assists that will go under the radar. We're all going to talk about Havertz. 2 great crosses that lead to 2 goals that win us the game. That's what you want from fullbacks. When people talk about the best fullbacks, they talk about Trent, they talk about Walker, they talk about Hakimi. On the left, they're talking about Robertson, Alphonso Davies, Nuno Mendes. They get a lot of assists. You look at Frimpong at right back this year at Leverkusen. It was clutch from Ben White. And for me, man of the match today. He got us out of the mud. We struggled to create He's put 2 great crosses in that have led to goals. Give him his props. Saliba and Gabriel, rock solid. Gabriel, even though there was a bit of a crazy moment in the first half, he got a yellow card. He's up for the battle. Him and Ivan Toney squared up to each other in the second half. There's a real feistiness there. They both actually get their hair cut by HD Cut, so maybe they'll be in the barbershop one time together. But I like the fact that Gabriel tries to rattle people, and he's a bit of an old school player. And after that mistake that led to the yellow card, he did really well. Saliba was quality. I thought Wissa and Toney, we handled them well. The goal was not their fault. Thought Kivior did well at left back again, put some good crosses in. I think it will be interesting how he does when we play against better opposition, especially away from home. Will they leave him there, or will they put Tomiyasu or Timber or Zinchenko there? That'll be interesting. I thought the midfield three did really well today. I thought Jorginho was good again. Some of his little passes, them dink passes over the top, Fabregas-esque type of passes. We didn't see them that often when he was at Chelsea, or maybe in the earlier stages, but not towards the end. Thought Odegaard was really good first half. Second half, he faded a little bit. For me, Martin Odegaard, my bit of advice to you, Martin Odegaard, you have got such a good left foot. When you get the ball 25, even 30 yards out, and you've got a yard of space, pull the trigger. You do not always have to play that 1-2. We saw him last year, Newcastle away, Tottenham away, Man United earlier in the season. The guy can score goals. He's got a good left foot. He does not shoot enough. Odegaard, for me, can shoot more, can score more goals. 15 goals last year. He's not going to get those numbers this year, but had a good first half. Declan Rice, I mean, we speak about him every week. A fantastic header. It was like a striker's header the way he attacked the cross. Heads it into the bottom corner. I think Jorginho has really freed him up. You know, now Rice doesn't have to sit in front of the back four. He's going and joining in. My question would be to the community. I thought Declan Rice, one of the best defensive midfielders in Europe, by maybe a number 8 to play next to him in the summer. Do you actually put Rice a little bit more advanced and let him play box to box and buy a number 6, a defensive midfielder? You know, we've been linked with Fofana from Monaco, Douglas Luiz from Villa, some other midfielders as well. What do you think the right combination is with that? Because I'm looking at Rice now, 6 goals, 5 assists. He could end this season with 10 goals. Do we really want to restrict him to being a DM if he's capable of scoring 10 Premier League goals a season? So Rice again, outstanding. Rice and P settings. And then let's finish by talking about the man, the myth, and maybe the legend, Shameless. I tweeted with 25 minutes to go, get Trossard and Havertz off. I may or may not have deleted that tweet sometime after full time, but we'll talk about that another day, people. Trossard was playing like he was drunk. Stella or Trossard. But Havertz, clutch moment again, my friend. Big goal. Don't actually think he played that well. Going to keep it a buck. Missed a great chance first half. Could have got a second yellow for diving for the penalty. I think he gets away with it. Not quite enough to book him. But big moment. Big goal. Big celebration. Thierry Henry knee slide. We said before, it's like buying a second-hand car that still smells a little bit. You've got to put it through the car wash 3 or 4 times before that smell goes. The stink of Chelsea is finally being cleaned from Kai Havertz. Now we're beginning to see the Leverkusen Havertz become the Arsenal Havertz. Said before, and I've said it again, he's a better striker than midfielder in this Arsenal team, in my opinion. Gets in fantastic positions, now starting to score his goals. The one thing I would say, against Manchester City, against United, Tottenham, you may not get 2 or 3 big chances in a game, especially away at Man City. So that chip in the first half, that could be your only chance. You've got to put that in the back of the net. But listen, big him up. I called him Donkey Havertz. I'm now calling him Don Kai Havertz. Keep doing your thing. Keep scoring goals. 7 Premier League goals. And we needed him at that moment. Arteta, well done. Thought you should have made changes earlier. I'm going to be honest. Should have made them a lot earlier, maybe even half time. But I like the fact he took off Jorginho and brought on Jesus. Not because Jorginho was playing bad, because he was willing to change the shape. He dropped Havertz back a little bit, moved Jesus forward and went for it a little bit more rather than just going like for like. And I think that was important. Smith Rowe, listen, forget it. I've tried to get him on the pitch and support him. You know, the manager obviously doesn't trust him. Massive win. Top of the Premier League. Liverpool, Man City tomorrow. Massive game. I'll be doing a watch along for that. Let me know in the comments. I'll be doing these fan cams after every game now. I've moved to the side slightly just to give Havertz his flowers in the background. Who was your man of the match? I'll go Ben White. 2 assists, excellent defensive performance. Deserves his flowers. I understand if it's Havertz for the goal. I also thought Declan Rice was superb again. Arsenal top of the league. And listen, let's hope we get a draw at Anfield tomorrow. Big up everyone tuning in. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. Get in the comments. Give me some interaction. Who was your man of the match? Porto on Tuesday. Massive game, people. Bless up.